Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch and my producer slash friend slash therapist, Nick. How you doing, Nick?
I'm good. Apparently, I have a few more things attached to my title now.
Exactly. Update your resume.
I need to.
Oh shit. Oh god. I really don't have a topic this week. I cannot focus for shit. I don't know how your week has been going, but it's like especially this week it's like I had to travel to Cape Cod. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
But and when I know I have travel upcoming, that's kind of what I can only focus on. But I just I don't know. I'm like fucking drained. I can't focus on my work. I really think I need glasses too cuz I can barely read anymore too. I realize that. I'm telling you, I'm like fucking falling apart. It's some shit too.
Oh God. I shouldn't laugh because I'm getting there as well. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't laugh.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I had some doctor's appointments because I wanted, use my insurance for the one company before it ended. And like, I had went to the gynecologist and I'm like, I think I'm in menopause. I think, shit, I don't remember having a period since like maybe October, November. And I'm like, yay, menopause. I said, but I get all the symptoms of having, and I'm sure, with your mom and your aunt and all that, you know this, but
Yeah. I'm
like I
aware.
get the mood swings, I get the tiredness, I get um the i- the bloating, the wanting to snap at people, the tender breast. I get all the symptoms, but just not the period. And before you think, oh, that's great, that's probably, hey, because I know it could happen at any fucking time. It's like, when's it going to happen? And so I went to the gynecologist and she goes, well, you could be perimenopausal, and she goes, "Let me check you out." And this bitch like shoved her hand up there and shit. And she's like, "Well, I can still feel your ovaries." She goes, "When a woman's in menopause, you can't feel their ovaries anymore." She goes, "No, your ovaries are good. I can feel them. They're nice, plump." And I'm like, "Great, great. That means there's still some eggs like hanging around in there, fucking waiting to ruin my life." Probably. And this is what's going to fucking happen. Probably the first time I'm starting to get down and dirty with some fucker, I'm going to start. I'm going to start bleeding. And then this is how my luck is. If there's eggs, this bitch is fertile. So,
Oh my God. Oh my
yeah,
God.
uh, I know it's
I
not good news.
oh man, that's I mean that all sounds terrifying. That really does.
It does. It does because it's like um now of course the chances of me getting pregnant at the age of 49 would be slim, but I don't want to take those chances. I'm like,
Yeah.
woo. And then I go to the fucking dentist, right?
Hmm.
Because I'm trying to get all these appointments in and I have this crack in my front crown that I'd like to get replaced. Come to find out though, one of my molars that I had, they actually have an implant back there and something separating, I guess, in my gums. And so what they want to do is they want to give me a partial, like partial fucking dentures. I'm like, one bitch is telling me you're not old yet. You can still get out there. And then I get this old fucker telling me, oh no, we're going to pull that. We'll give you some partial
Wow.
dentures. I'm like, fuck. And then I need some reading glasses. So, so the eye doctor,
Oh my
it's
God.
like,
Do we need to start a GoFundMe?
yes, yes. All this shit. And see, this is why I don't go to the doctor. Like, this is why I don't go to the doctor. Yeah, I need reading glasses, but I'm resisting it, but I'll tell you, I'm gonna be like my grandma, where she had like that big magnifying glass, and she would hold it up. She wouldn't wear glasses, but she'd have like this big magnifying glass that she would use to read things. Oh God, it's been a hell of a week. I'll tell you. Age is fucking creeping up on me. I mean, you're not quite as old as I am by a long shot, but how have you had anything happen recently that made you realize you're not in your 20s no more?
What was it? Last weekend drinking with my friends. I can no longer drink like I used to.
Oh God, I hate that. And the
Yeah.
first time you realize it, where you're like, yeah, I can drink all these shots. And then the next day you feel like you're dying and you're like, what happened? God.
Yeah, it's incredibly rough, but yeah, I just oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, and now there's only like a few things that I can drink because I tell you what, that's probably the biggest things that have changed. It was not unusual for me to go to a bar and they got those cheap little like dollar shots and we used to drink those like all the time and now I don't touch them. Nope, that'll give me hangover. Nope. Absolutely not. Not touching that. Oh, good Lord.
You realize really quickly what will get you drunk quickest and not give you a hangover immediately,
Exactly.
so
Yep.
there's
Yep.
that. But
Yep.
yeah, yeah. It's a pain in the
Caffeine and
ass because
Coke.
you'll get to because you don't want to get plastered because you
Mhm.
won't be able to get up in the morning and operate like a human being. And so,
Yeah.
you try to get drunk but not too drunk. And you try to
Well, and I
do the thing where you have a water and then you drink and try to be
uh-huh.
accurate with
Uh-huh.
it, but it doesn't work.
Yep, yep. And that's the thing because you do want to function for work the next day, where some of the younger friends are like, coming to work still smelling of alcohol. And I'm like, no, no, I can't do that. Yeah, I've ran into that before too, where I'd be out at a bar or something with some of the coworkers and they'll be drinking and I'm like, no, no, no. And then I'm like such a fuddy duddy because they don't want to invite me because I'm no fun. Like, yeah, but I don't wanna have a hangover tomorrow. That sucks. Oh,
Yeah,
well. We
it's
can't
terrible.
stop age. We can't
No,
stop
no.
age. Just fucking go with it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go with it, I guess.
Yeah. It's I mean,
Oh.
yeah, it's fine. Like I one of my friends, Richard, he's always just like he like we're the exact same age, and he's like, I'm getting too old, man. It's like, go fuck yourself. And he's one of those guys who's like to him it the number of your age means something. It's like, oh, I need to stop doing this and do this and be more mature and this stuff. It's like, no, motherfucker, you don't. Because we had this discussion, it was really weird discussion where we were talking about the things we used to watch as a kid and cartoons and stuff like that. And I told him, I was like, listen, I still watch Scooby Doo. Like
Yeah, I like Scooby Doo.
I have the Boomerang channel I pay for every year so I can watch Scooby Doo all the time. He's like, what? He's like, yeah. And I was and he's like, but you're in your late 30s. I'm like, that doesn't fucking matter. I like what I like, and I'm gonna keep watching it. It's like it doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
And he has this whole thing about it. It was so weird. I'm just like, dude, just do what makes you
Oh,
happy.
and I tell you, the older I get, the more I'm like, yeah, exactly. I don't wanna do that, fuck it. Or I wanna do that, fuck it. Yeah, do what makes you happy, within reason, of course. But, yeah, you're never too old to give up drinking or Scooby Doo. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, definitely.
That should be everybody's motto in life. Never give up Scooby Doo. Oh god. Yeah, did you see, I kind of going full force with that one movie in, Florida. I don't know why. That Killer Keg. I,
Yeah,
like,
I
changed
saw
my
that. Yeah,
face.
you changed your whole thing to it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. I just I get like uh I don't know, a desire to help somebody. So I'm like doing everything to try to help this guy. I probably like him. You know how I am about those big cuddly bears, but I never met him. So I can't say anything like that. Yeah, checked into my hotel. God, I was exhausted because, of course, I get motion sickness. So I went ahead and I took some generic Dramamine. I can't remember what the fuck I took, but took a little nap. And then as I was kind of waiting for to record our podcast, I decided to do a little exercise. Now, we both together have been like trying to do this weight loss journey. You're doing it the right way with the healthy food, the orange theory.
Yep.
Um, how's that been going?
It's been good. This week I'm trying intermittent fasting, so that should be interesting.
Oh, that's rough. That it is rough until your body gets used to it. I've never been a breakfast eater, so for me, it's a little bit easier. Um, but yeah, I've just never been a breakfast eater. Um, no, I got 2 more of those shots to take that I've been taking, but I think I'm gonna be done with them. I hate not being able to eat shit. There is like no pleasure in food. Nothing tastes good. Nothing smells good. Everything makes me nauseous. And I'm just kind of tired of it. So I'll probably end up gaining the weight back. But like Kathy says, she'd rather be fat and happy than, you know, skinny and miserable. And I'm like, damn, yeah, because I can't even eat like popcorn.
Oh my
Like,
God, that's terrible.
yeah, plain rice. I could eat plain
Fuck.
rice, like brown rice. Um, yeah, yeah. There's like hardly anything I can eat. But as I was sitting here waiting for you, I had gotten. So have you ever heard of a muscle stimulator?
Yes.
Is- Not a sexual stimulator. No, this is like one of those um
Erica,
electric
Erica,
things.
Erica, Erica. Anything's a sexual stimulator if you're brave enough. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. If some women forget their vibrators and have electric toothbrushes they bring with them
Well,
on travel.
you
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I know you say that in jest, but I did realize I not only forgot to bring a vibrator with me, but on my last trip, because I unscrew them so, they don't accidentally turn on in the suitcase as they're going through the hairline, I lost the end piece to the one. But so now you got me thinking about this damn stimulator. But I had this damn thing on my abs and you put it on this setting and it's like shocking your muscles. And I'm like, Erica, you're so fucking lazy. You can't even get up and exercise. You buy this shit to like shock your muscles as if you are exercising. And it reminded me of when I would lived in Fort Wayne. There was this there was this place that I could go to. So they had all of this like equipment. And you could pay for so many sessions. And you could like one was you lay on this bed and then it was probably for like paraplegics or people that really couldn't move their own muscles because the actual bed would move. You had one that would help you with crunches. So you just lay there and the bed will move up and down the back of it. So you're like doing crunches. You just lay there. And then another one, it would do your legs up and down, or fold your legs. Now that I think about it, it probably really was for people in physical therapy. And
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
going in there because I'm so fucking lazy. I don't go to the gym. I'm like, yeah, I'll just read a book while this machine exercises my legs for me. Oh God, I did that shit all the time. All the fucking time.
While
God.
I'm over here going to Orange Theory at 10 in the morning for an hour, sweating my ass off, killing like 1,000 calories, like in an hour.
I know, bless your heart. Nope. I'm like, here's my $20. I'm gonna lay here and read a book while while you exercise my legs for a few minutes. Oh shit. That's why I said you're doing it the right way. You're gonna keep it off. Me, I'll probably gate it all back by next year. We'll see though. Maybe with portion control, I can keep it away. But
Yeah.
mine is more I'm tired of uh nothing smelling good, nothing tasting good. I mean, and I keep telling them, these nurse practitioners, I've told both of them, and they both, yeah, that's how it's supposed to work, and it's just you're modifying your diet. And I'm like, yeah, but I can't eat shit. And I literally use the words, there is no pleasure in food, which I don't know about some of our listeners, but I find pleasure in food. But I guess that's part of it. When you find pleasure in food, you want more. You want more because you're seeking that pleasure. You're enjoying it and you're rewarding yourself with that food. And so this is making you not eat. Basically, you eat to survive and that's it. I'm like, that ain't living, man. I want to be able to eat that steak or, whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh God. So as I was sitting here with that ab thing on, I was just flipping through Netflix, and the third season of Indian Matchmaking is on. I'm so excited. I love Indian Matchmaking. And you and I have touched on this before because you are Indian.
Yep.
And I had asked you if you had used a matchmaker because I know that you're interested in getting married. You want to get married within your culture.
Well, okay. Okay.
Um,
To be fair, I honestly, I really don't care. Like, it's one of those things at this point in my life where, like, I'm happy where I am. I earn a good amount of money. You know, I'm above the average, like, income. Let's say that. You know, I don't want to give up my number, but, I'm above the average income I checked after I did my taxes.
mhm.
Um, I'm doing good. I've bought my own place. I own my own place. I have my own condo and things like that in Atlanta. I have a nice car. Got a good job. So I'm doing good. I'm very happy. I get to fuck around and do whatever I want whenever I want to. So it's nice.
And that's true. When you're with somebody, you got to take their wants and needs into consideration. And then, oh God, when you have kids, but you did just get that place in Atlanta. And then your grandma started to decline. And so you stayed in Tennessee for a while. So, yeah, I would probably enjoy that place being single for a minute before you try to jump back into
Yeah, and my my entire family is constantly up my ass. They're always like, "Hey, you should come out. You should do these." Like, there are these meetings for single Indian people that happen in, like, the major cities like Miami, New York, Chicago,
mhm.
LA, things like that. It's like, "Oh, you should go to them." I'm just like, man, I don't want to. And even when I went on the cruise I was telling you about, there were singles things to do on there, and I still was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, man, because like, those things always seem to reek of desperation. Like, that's the problem I always think. It's like,
I know.
you're always trying to, like, show off and be like the alpha male or like the best option or this, that, and the other. And it's like, I really don't care. Like, I honestly don't. And I'm sure there'll be like a handful of women there who will think like they're the prize and they want all the guys to fight over them. And it's
Yep.
like, you know what?
Yep.
You know what, dude? You can have her. It's fine. I'm gonna go to the bar.
Yep. Yep. Well, and you've met an Indian matchmaker, right? Don't you haven't you tried that? Or no?
I have
You
not,
thought
but
about
once
it.
again, my family has. Like, they've actually, like,
Okay.
there's something, I'm sure you've seen this in the show. It's called biodata or biodata.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
a
why I
real
was
Yeah, that's a real
okay.
thing, and it's something that to give everybody an idea of what it is. It's basically your entire life put in resume form. Um and it's in a white folder. Like, it's basically your resume. It's entirely your resume. And also the thing is that with the Indian culture, we have a lot of, like, astrology and that bullshit happening too. So, like, your entire star chart's like in one of the fucking pages. It's ridiculous. I'm
Wow.
not kidding. Um, and some people in some parts of the religion will go by that very heavily and be like, oh, these things align. You guys should go get married and have kids. Like that's how some of them will base the entire thing on.
Okay.
It's yeah. It's yeah.
Well, and I mean, this Indian matchmaking, I love watching it, but really it's just a dating show because in my mind, they're not doing the true way that matchmaking is supposed to be done. Um, or is what I would think the matchmaking service is because I'm telling you, all they're doing is using this more like a dating service and not because this poor lady, she does all this work to try to match them up. Like you said, that bio data, and they'll say, "Oh, this is everything I want in a man." And so this lady will give them that bio data and say, like, "Here you go." And it's like, "Oh, yes, that's everything I want in the man." But he's bald. He's cute, but he's bald. And it's like, well, why don't you just go ahead and meet him? Nope, I don't even want to meet him. Oh my God, you got like one little tiny picture on that bio data. And even though 99% of the rest of it is what you're looking for, the fact that he shaves his head is just like, nope, that's it. No
Oh,
go.
actually no. See, and I mean, how do I say this? You are you currently dating or on any like are any dating apps or anything?
Me? No.
Okay. All right. That's what the dating scene is now. Um Women, it seems like women have, though at least the ones I know and I've met and I've talked to, are very delusional about what they want. They want some of them will say some of them in their profiles of Tinder or Bumble or whatever you use will say 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
6 feet tall, 7-figure income, 8-inch dick. I'm not kidding.
I never heard that before. 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna remember that shit. That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's what they'll say. And some of them
6,
like
7, 8.
and yeah, and some of them want like, a guy who's 6'4" and 6'5", and they're like 5'5" or like 5'4", and they're real short. Like it doesn't matter. Um, and for some reason, a lot of them think that every guy in America makes like $100,000 a year. When in reality, that's probably 10%. That's
Mm-hmm.
10% of that's for 10% of America or less.
Yep.
You know, and and all these women are like, a lot of them seem to be like, oh, where are the good men? Where are the good men? It's like, well, when your standards are this high and this ridiculous, you're fighting for the top like 20% of dudes, and it's like there's only a finite amount of them. You all will not get them. Like you have to fucking realize it.
Yep.
And honestly, that happening, that like, oh, the guy's bald or he shaves his head or whatever, and
Yeah.
this like that's honestly how it is. They'll
That drives
go,
me nuts.
yeah, yeah. And it's one of those things where I've seen a lot of like funny videos where women like there was a sorority house where they put up a ruler next to the door to make sure all the guys are 6 feet.
Oh, shit.
Here, no, here's
That's
the
wrong.
well, here's the funny thing. Then like they stitched the video on Instagram for a frat house where the guys put a weight
Don't do it.
a weight machine in front of the door to make sure the girls
No.
were a certain weight.
No. No, that's so wrong.
And I'm just
They're
like,
both
well,
wrong, but that's funny. That's some
yeah.
funny shit right
Well,
there.
and here's the thing is like you and me were earlier, a minute ago talking about weight and things like that. Like, we can like you can lose weight, you can work to lose weight, even if it's rough. You can go to the doctor if there's a problem, you can figure it out and kind of like remedy it. But you can't fix your height.
Yeah, no shit.
And apparently there are some guys who will now fix their height. They'll actually break their leg bones, and millimeter by millimeter each day make themselves taller.
Oh my God. That's nope, nope,
There's
nope,
even
nope.
there's even like people who are putting like lifts or like
Mm-mm.
wedges in their shoes and stuff to make them seem taller.
So you talk about make them seem taller. Episode 2 of this Indian matchmaking. I was gonna bring this shit up too.
Please do,
So
please do.
I'm
I'll answer all the
trying
questions.
I'm trying not to laugh at this. So this girl and guy, they go to salsa dancing lessons. And you know how they do like the interviews with each of them. And she goes, I never expected to dance with a guy that had heels on. And when it showed him, I swear to God, this dude, he must be wearing heels that are like an inch and a half high. They remind me of Do you remember seeing pictures or drawings of the 1700s, 1800s where the aristocrats used to have the
Yeah,
wigs and the heels because heels were originally for men to make
yeah.
men taller? That looks like what he's wearing, and his feet are so fucking tiny. I'm looking at him and
Dude,
I'm
that's
like, I
God.
wear a 6.5, and I swear to God, these look like my size of feet. And that actually might be a little 2-inch heel. He might be wearing a 2-inch heel because when I paused it on it, and I was like,
God.
dude, why the fuck would you wear heels? But I don't know if he was trying to make himself taller than her because one of the things that she had put is she wanted a guy that was 6 foot. And I think he was like 6'10" or 5'10" or some shit like that. But I'm like, oh, that is so unattractive.
Yeah, and yeah, oh God, yeah. I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta kind of like, fight, pick your battles and shit. Like, you can't wear fucking like heels, dude, on a first date, especially like
Yeah.
that. Like, come the fuck on.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably standard dance shoes, but you know what, dude? You're not a dancer in a movie. Yeah, and then he's wearing like blue jeans, white socks, and these heels are
Oh
black.
my
And I'm just like I'm
God.
just like, oh God, girl, run.
God,
Run.
you fucked up. I mean, also it's reality TV. They could have just paid the guy to do that. Been like, yeah, just wear something awkward. It's fine.
You wouldn't pay me enough. He ain't never gonna date again. I mean, forget
Especially,
the
yeah, especially,
matchmaking.
yeah, especially being on Netflix, man. That's rough. Like, I wouldn't subject myself to that to reality TV, man, because maybe I don't know,
Oh,
maybe
God.
the beginning of the millennium, definitely because they would have been really hard to find on the internet now or whatever. But
Oh, God.
not now when like everything's prevalent and it's really easy to find anything. So
No shit. Now, this matchmaking that they do, what about divorces? Because this one chick is divorced, and that actually surprised me that
yeah, the divorce rate among the Indian population in America, I think, is like 6% or 3% or something. It's really
very
it's really,
low.
yeah, it's extremely low. It does happen. In fact, I think one of my cousins got divorced. My cousin who got married 2018, his wife was divorced before she married him.
Okay.
So yeah, it happens. But it's rare. It's rare. And here's the fucked up thing because of the Indian system still being like I in the old ways, it's seen as the woman's fault more than the guy's fault.
Mm, yeah, I could see. Yeah. Well, that's just the nature of humans. Everything's the woman's fault. It's a very man-focused society still.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, I mean, like, and the thing is that with two generations, we've gotten a lot better.
Mhm.
Because even I think it was really bad when around my grandmother's time, but even around my mom's time and our time, it's gotten like way better. So with
Yeah.
two generations has been a vast improvement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did they really do, uh, or do you even know? I mean, I'm sure in some areas they still do it, but arranged marriages where, because here with this Indian matchmaking, really instead of like the dating apps and shit like that, they're really just using a matchmaking service is all they're doing. They're just still dating. Um, but what about arranged marriages where your parents are deciding for you and you just do it?
I mean, it is more rare now, but it does happen.
That's
Actually,
what I thought.
there's a movie called, I think it's called Meet the Patels, where this actor, um, let me see here, um, yeah, a documentary 2014 where he had his parents pick out his wife. Yeah, Meet the
Mm.
Patels. It's on Peacock for free and it's on Pluto TV for free. Okay, so you can go watch that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I think he got tired of dating or trying to date or whatever, and he was just like, whatever. My parents can pick, um, pick for me. So that's kind of what he went with, and he's still married to the girl. So I mean, it must work. So
Well, but see, that would be scary. But like this one girl, and they were talking about a love match versus God, what was the other one? because the girl that was divorced, the matchmaker lady had asked her, was it a love match? And she said, yes, it was a love match, but it didn't work out. So, um, yeah, yeah, it just kind of surprised me that she was divorced. But I don't know. I guess not being raised where I would have my parents or my family put a lot of input or even think of something like that. It would never, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, a matchmaking service, because that way you don't go through the whole bullshit of liking someone, then finding out, oh, you make minimum wage, which might be fine for some people, or oh, you have 5 divorces, you have 5 kids, 5 different women,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
nice to know those things up front, and that's where the biometrics come in.
yeah. That's that. Yeah, that is the good thing about that. You learn about the person. You basically get the fucking Carfax report for somebody's relationship, like real quick.
Oh, Jesus.
You know.
That's exactly what it's like. No, this one dude with the heels, I feel kinda bad for him because if it wasn't for the heels, he wouldn't be a bad guy. He does talk too much, though. I will he just I don't know if he's a nervous talker, but he talks way too much. Um then there's another chick on here. Damn, that girl ain't never gonna get married. I'm telling you, nobody's ever gonna be good enough for her. She's been on the
God.
last 2 seasons. Yes,
Yeah,
this is like
yeah.
the 3rd season she's on.
I've met a couple like her, trust me, and like they think they're the shit, and they think they have endless time,
Mhm,
and they think there's endless resources out there that all these, they'll
mhm.
be fine in the end, but once they hit like 30, 31, will really fucking hit them. It's like you need to, like, either do an arranged marriage or low, like
Yeah.
get more realistic standards.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, first of all, she's a little heavier. She's pretty, but she's not like gorgeous. I mean, hell, the one chick on here, she was a Miss Universe, I think. No, maybe it wasn't a Miss
Holy
Universe.
shit.
Miss India. Might be a Miss India. But yeah, she's a beauty queen. Like a legit, they showed her whole winning it and everything. And she's using the matchmaking service. But that other chick, I'm like, girl, come on now. But she lives in New York and she makes good money and she has extremely high standards. I just don't think she's gonna meet anyone. I really don't. Like I said, this is the 3rd season she's on, and it's like, no.
Yeah, and yeah, well, like you said, if she has like a good job where she's living in New York, fuck, dude, yeah, she's probably making really good money.
Yeah.
She needs to look for somebody there, in like in her office or in the same, like, or a networking convention or
Mhm.
whatever, and like, go blow him in the corner, and then marry him, in like, 6 months or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Whew.
It's quite literally hell out here in the dating landscape. It's like World War II, man. It really is. All the men are in the trenches, and we're trying to just like totally crawl out and try to find a woman, and like it ain't fucking happening.
Oh my
It,
god. I think a guy tried to pull me out, like, oh my god, I had to block somebody else on Facebook. So there's been this dude he's probably one of our listeners. Hi. So I deleted him and blocked him on Facebook because for the longest time, I added a lot of people. Fuck, I've probably added 1,300 people over the last year. I should have kept my movie page separate from my personal page because I only follow friends and
yeah.
family. And then, when they post stuff, I'll comment. Um, if it's movie people and I'm not close to them, they're just people that I've met or I don't know very well, I don't follow them. I don't reply to their comments. My God, with that many people on my page, I don't have time to reply to everybody's comments. And there was this one dude, he kept trying to reach out to me on Facebook. And I told you before, when random guys reach out to me on Facebook, will usually just archive their shit. Well, I had posted something, and one of his replies to it was, "Hey, I keep trying to reach out to you, but you don't respond." And somebody replied to him, and it was like, "Damn, dude, uh, you're getting so thirsty." because he kept doing it and I just kept ignoring him. And just fucking last week, I posted a picture or something and he replied, he goes, "You're quite pretty, but very rude. You don't reply to any of my comments
Oh
or
my God.
messages." And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I don't even know you. And you're going to call me rude because I won't reply to you? Delete, block, bye. Oh my God. But could have been the man of my dreams. That's how shit goes
I
for
mean,
me because
I
I
don't
get
think. I mean, like,
irritated.
I
I
don't
get
think that's. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think that's how that would go down if he's gonna like stalk you on Facebook. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's kinda like what it was feeling like, and then when he called me rude, I'm like, "Rude? Fuck you. I'll show you rude." Oh, Jesus. Oh, but yeah, I, that's who I deleted this week. Let's see who I can delete next week.
I
I
mean,
seem to be on a roll.
yeah. I don't blame you. Like I've let's see. I had some of the what is it subscriptions for some of the dating apps last year and like didn't get anything. This year I haven't. I think one was about to renew and I was like, no, don't renew it. It's fine. So like,
Mhm.
yeah, I just I just don't care right now. Oh man, like I've tried. I think I've tried Bumble a couple of times. I'll swipe like 4 people and then be like, I don't really feel like it.
Yeah,
I'll feel lonely for like 2 minutes and be like, no, I don't want to do it.
I want to meet them in person. I don't wanna get in a whole big conversation. I'm I just I like meeting in group settings with groups of friends because then if I don't like you, I can just walk away. "Oh, I see somebody I gotta go talk to. Have a good night." You know? Um, but the whole dating app, I've tried the different ones. Plenty of Fish, Match.com, Cupid, um, I can't even remember all of them that I tried, but I've been on different ones. I just can't find one I like. Maybe I should do like a matchmaking service, but then I'd probably just be like, "Eh, no, I'm not interested." I guess it depends on what I'm looking for, and right now I could care less like you. Once in a while.
It's one of those things where like I'll feel lonely for a second and then like I'll get on the app and like swipe like 8 people and then be like, it's fine.
And I think the time that you feel loneliest, at least me, is when you wanna go do something. Go see a movie, go eat somewhere, go to something that it would be more fun if somebody was there with you and you can't get a hold of a friend to go. That's where I'm like, "Damn, I wish I had somebody to go with." But most of the time, I'm fine. Speaking
um
of movies, I watched Quasi.
oh shit. How was it? Did you like it?
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. It is hilarious. It was so funny. A matter of fact, I gotta watch it again because I'm sure I missed some shit in there because I was laughing. That was good. I
Oh
liked it.
god. I've like um yeah, I didn't realize I've like kind of low-key been following those guys ever since Super Troopers because I've kind of like I love Super Troopers so much and I've like every time they've come out
Mhm.
with a movie I've tried to watch it. I what was it? I think 2 years ago, it was during the pandemic. I read Jay's book, Jay Chandrasekhar, the Indian guy in the group. I read his book and like how he grew up and things like that, and all the shit he went through. And I was just like, it's weird how it's always strange to me how like, and he's like 30 years older than me, I want to say, or 20 years older
Mhm.
than me. And it's always weird how like there are similarities in how when Indians like come to this country and we grow up, and like even though he grew up in the 70s, there are definite similarities he had to like me growing up as well. And it's like
Oh.
this is fucking weird.
Mhm.
Um, and like he's real talented. He's got his friends with him, and they always make fun shit. And they're always funny. I mean, like I'm glad I went to the screening of Quadzi. I think it was like 8 days before it came out officially in Nashville.
Mhm.
That was a lot of fun. But no, man, I love those guys. I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad people are watching it and stuff, and they're liking their stuff because I think a new season of their show, Tacoma FD season 4, is coming out this summer.
Okay.
Yeah, watch if you have HBO Max. Watch Tacoma FD. It's fucking hilarious.
I don't, But I know it's one that my kids would like, but shit, I have like, you know, Hulu, Disney Plus, AMC, Apple TV. I got like, I don't know
Kenny
all
got
of
a
them.
bunch of shit.
I do. I do. Fucking sucks.
Well, I mean, that's how, yeah, I mean, that's how me and my brother do it. My mom's got cable at her house, and because she has like Spectrum, whatever, we're able to use that login
Oh, nice.
to get like Cinemax and Showtime and Stars and all the other crap. So that's it.
Nice.
And we'll share the logins for stuff, for Hulu and things like that amongst ourselves. This way, like at least mom has something to watch whenever she has, and she'll always ask us like, "Hey, I'm done watching these 8 seasons of this show now. Can you find something else for me?" It's like, all right, give me a minute, and try to find something else for her. Usually, it's like a procedural cop show or some medical show or something, and
Oh,
she's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's usually her shtick. That's what she likes right now. So she'll she's sticking to that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I have her all set up with like a Roku in the living room and like
Mhm.
everything on her iPad as well too. So in case it ever happens, she has everything on there too. So yeah,
Nice.
she's fucking set up, man. Yeah,
I've told my kids before if I like end up in a nursing home or, in a coma or whatever, just make sure the TV's on so I can watch it. And listen to it. Just put one of my shows on. I like shows like Monk and Psych and actually I really like anything. I even like foreign films. Um I watch a lot of Korean films. So
yeah,
they make the best
they've
war
been
movies.
pretty popular for a while now. I think it kind of hit a high whenever Parasite won Best
Mhm.
Picture a few years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, it was good. It actually shocked me that they won, but, just because the way America is, but, it was a good movie.
Yeah, no, it was really good because I think I watched it a few months later because it was on Hulu with like subtitles and stuff. So I was like, all right, let me turn off my phone, let me look at the TV for the next hour and a half and
Yeah.
just like read everything.
I think
Um,
that's why a lot of people don't watch, foreign films is because of the subtitles.
yeah, I mean, I trust me, I understand that because growing up, I've said this before. I think I've said this before a couple of times on the podcast, but my parents, when I was like 13, around 12 or 13, they would truck us from East Tennessee, Gallenberg to Atlanta, over a weekend or a couple of days or whatever to go watch Indian movies in some ratty theater in the middle of town or in like, in a not so good area. And that's what we do because my uncle was real adamant about watching them, and then we have to all go down as a family, and it was a pain in the ass to travel. So yeah, that's how I spent some of my weekends. Between like 13 to 18, 13 to 17. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, and like we and you're talking about getting to a theater at like 10 or 11 p.m. The movie's 3 hours, and you're out by 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're tired from being in the car as well. So like we're just
Yep.
gonna sleep in the theater. And once again, like we grew up with a different language than what they were speaking, so it didn't help us at all, and we just didn't want to read subtitles, so we'll just fall asleep. And some of the movies came straight from India where they didn't have subtitles, they just came the way they
Oh,
were.
shit.
Yeah, so we didn't have a choice.
Huh.
I don't
Okay.
want to sit next to my mom for 3 hours and have her like speak the words to me as like
I was gonna
they're
say she probably loved it. She was like
I'm sure she would love that, but it's like it's what it was inconvenient, so it's kind of like I don't want to do that to her, so I'll just fall asleep. And then
Yeah.
there, that was it.
Well, some of the streaming services like Netflix, they actually try to do the dubbing, and I hate that. I cannot watch a foreign film where we have somebody else's voices that never match up, and of course, it's not matching the lips, and then the audio just seems odd. Um, yeah, I don't like the voiceovers like that either. It just drives me nuts.
Yeah, I remember when Squid Games came out, I watched the voiceover for that because I was like,
Uh-uh.
I'm not gonna read like eight or 10 episodes of this show. Like, just give me the dubbed version. And
No.
my aunt, who's in Minnesota, she's one of the things she helps the Korean community out there, and that's kind of what she's done for the last couple of decades. And she's really good. She's really good at the Korean language. So like she was watching and she's like, oh, the translations aren't that good. It's like, oh
I
shit.
read that. I
I
read
was like,
that.
oh my god. Oh
Yep.
jeez. Because like, she would watch it with the subtitles and really because she could really hear the language. And she'd read the subtitles and like look at what they were saying, really hear what they're saying. It's like, that's not correct.
And I guess the dubbing was even worse.
Yeah, the
Like,
dubbing's even worse. Yeah.
they got away completely in some areas completely from the original story. I'm like, "Well, damn, what am I missing?" I don't yeah. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't do that. There's a couple shows on Netflix I really wanna watch, but I can't commit myself to watching the screen for that long, and I just refuse to do the dubbing. Um, drives me nuts.
Hmm.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah. Foreign stuff is always weird to me. It's like, yeah, it seems there's a nice resurgence of it now because I think of accessibility. Everybody can watch foreign stuff
Mhm.
dubbed or subtitled whenever they want to, wherever they want to. But I remember like once again when I was a kid, um in like the early 2000s, like you still didn't have that kind of accessibility. Like you had to
Yep.
either go get a disc that had the subtitles on it, or that was it, man. That's about all you had.
Hmm.
Theaters really didn't show too many foreign films. There weren't any like art house
Yeah.
theaters like there are now, where like everybody shows everything kind of thing. So
Yep.
yeah. But I think, I mean, it's good. I'm glad more people are getting exposed to different things. That's wonderful. That's the way it should be.
I
So that's
am
awesome.
too, but the problem I have with the streaming services, like, if I go to my Netflix and they give you the suggestions, almost every suggestion they give me is foreign films. Indian, Korean, and, Norwegian. Now, I get those are probably the 3 biggest that I watch. So, but come on, can we get some, like, Adam Sandler in there or some shit like
Oh,
that?
jeez.
Give me
Well,
some
and that
yeah.
and like that's, well, I mean, they also changed the way that they rate movies. Now they want you to watch they want you to watch their most popular foreign stuff, so they can
Yep.
add to their count or whatever. Because
Mm.
you'll see now it'll say like 97% match, 45% match, 60 what,
Mhm.
and that's bullshit. Because I remember the other days, the previous days you had the 5-star rating, which was wonderful because you could really see
Yeah.
what was good and what wasn't,
Yep.
and it was a little bit more distinct. I mean, and I think they did that because they wanted to push more of their content.
Yep.
But
Oh, I bet you're right. Yeah.
yeah, and I keep hearing that they're trying to get the password thing pushed in America, and because they've tried it in Canada, they've tried it in South America, and what they've said that they've had positive results. So we'll see. Like, I think they're really scared of pushing it in America because they may like fuck themselves and just like, nope, everyone's gonna be like, fuck you, we're canceling. Because it'll add to everybody's bill by another like couple of bucks a month or something like that, and you have to do like really dumb shit to where you have to like check into, like, basically, if one of you, if like, say you're on the road or whatever like that, and you wanted to you had your iPad to play your movies, off of your Netflix account. You have to check in with your iPad in your house once a month and give it a code, so this way it could be used while you're on the road.
Mhm. Well,
It's dumb.
yeah, like right now, I'm at the hotel and it allows you to it allows you to log into your Netflix account. I'm logged in under my name. So does that mean if they do that password or that service where it like tries to track you that I can't? Because I'm not always in the same hotel. Um,
Like, even their whole thing is, yeah, it's very confusing even for them. Like, it's incredibly confusing, and it's going to be really funny to see what happens. I mean, hell, even Amazon Prime is plateaued now. Nobody's buying it, and I've canceled mine. I think it's going to go out in July because I barely use it. It's $140 a year for nothing.
mm,
You know, I barely order anything from Amazon these days too, so like I'm not really using it too
well,
much.
and Amazon used to be good because it had the free shipping. Now a lot of the stuff it's not necessarily free shipping or it's not next day shipping or you might get it in 3 days shipping or just the way they changed that. It you got your certain Amazon Prime delivery days, and if you wanted a different day, then I don't know. It's not the same like it used to be. You can tell that they're trying to save money.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
they've fired I think like 30,000 people or something like that, and yeah, it's just yeah, and
yeah, because it used
even
to be easy,
oh yeah,
nice,
yeah,
fast,
yeah.
easy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Even their video service is kind of crap. Like it used to be, used to have a lot of fun stuff on there that you could watch all the time. But like now, it's just kind of like it's just slugging through it. It's like there's nothing to watch. There really is nothing to watch on your service.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I've just been slowly like downloading stuff and putting it on a hard drive so I can watch it whenever I want to. Now I just don't care anymore. I'm tired of paying this money for these services and them being subpar and them increasing their price all the time and just giving us less and less stuff. I'm tired of it.
Yep, yep, yep. Oh god, that reminds me. I had gotten these letters one time from, my internet provider, and I just kinda tossed them. They, because of course, they're talking in legalese and shit like that, and, it was saying something about, downloaded content, violation of whatever, whatever, but I kept tossing it. I get this phone call, and this dude's like, "We're so and so with MediaCom, and there has been some violation." Oh God, you know when you're watching something and it says in the movies or at the bottom of the video, you know, any downloading of this material or playing this material, it's piracy and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might be
yeah, yeah,
subject
yeah.
to like, okay, so that's what he starts telling me, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, "Well, it is coming from your home. Um, you know, there's been some things that have been downloaded. I can help you walk through how to delete those." And I said, "No, it's fine. Just tell me what it is." And I'm going back and forth with this guy because first of all, he's like, "Well, can you confirm your name?" Well, no. Who are you calling? And I'm like, he's like, "Can you know?" And I said, "Well, who are you calling?" And so he said my name. And he's like, "Well, can you confirm your account number?" And I'm like, "No. What do you have as my account number?" I'm thinking, "You ignorant fucker. I'm not giving you this shit." So he finally went through this whole list of me refusing to answer these questions. And and then he's like, "Well, if I can help you walk through on your PC on deleting the content." And I'm like, "I'm not giving you access to my computer. I mean, I'm not fucking stupid here." So I said, "Just tell me what was it that was downloaded?" And he's like, "It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "Well, do you want me to wait while you delete it?" I said, "No, what I want you to do is get the fuck off my phone so I can go yell at my kid because I know exactly which fucking kid it was." There's only one of my 2 sons who would delete or who would download Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. "Well, if it's not done, then you could be subject to blah, blah, blah." I said, "You know what? Go ahead and sue me then. Are we done here?" And he's like, "Okay, ma'am, but if it's not deleted." I said, "Are we done?" I said, "Look, I work in IT. I know how to delete something. And the longer I'm sitting here talking to you, the less I'm able to yell at my son. Are we done?" And he's like, "Yes, ma'am." I'm like, "Yeah, it was my older fucking son." So I asked him because, you know, this guy, the questions he was asking, it was all kind of shady, like, is this real, you know? And I asked him, I said, "Zachary, did you download illegally Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3?" And he goes, "Yeah, why?" I'm like, "Well, somebody knows you did it. Delete it." I'm like, yeah, so I guess it was there was like a complaint. It was probably showed up. You know how you get those services where kids can go and download shit from and movies and share movies and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. Trust me, I still know those services and I still use them every now and again. I've got I mean there's a certain way I do it now that's way easier. I don't have to go through those services, but I still like every now and again I'll pick if I pick want to pick up something quick and new, I'll do those things.
yeah, I'm
Um
like, you got to be
yeah.
smarter. You got to be
Oh no,
smarter
no,
on what you download.
oh no, I was because I'm my when I used to live with my mom. That's usually she'd get them a lot too. And it was funny because when I worked downtown at my parents' place, there was a hotel nearby, and I knew the front desk guy. He was he was a cool dude, and the building had like really fast internet. So what I would do is I would set up my laptop back there with no VPN, plug it into the wall, make it to where the screen would go to sleep, and I would like line up like 10 downloads. And I'd make sure I go in early, meet him at the beginning of his shift, say hi. It's like I put my computer back here. He's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And then I would plug in directly into their modem and just all day download it. And everybody would fucking complain to that hotel of the internet being slow. It was
Oh, God.
it was terrible. And every now and again, that guy would be like, "Hey, can you give me this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So I'd give him his thumb drive of what he wanted as payment as well. So we were all
Oh,
cool. We
that's
were all good.
hilarious. That is so funny.
And mind you,
Yeah.
the hotel got like ridiculous amounts of these of these notices. And it's like you couldn't do anything because like the hotel Wi-Fi is free. It was a really old
Oh,
hotel.
yeah.
It was like 80 years old
Yep.
or something like that. It's like you can't do anything if the guests are doing that. It's like that's true. You can't. So like they're at an impasse.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yeah, because I'm like, when he was threatening to take me to court or sue me, I'm like, okay. I mean, okay. Sure, go ahead and sue me. You're not going to get anything, but okay.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, God. That
yeah.
is
It's
funny.
yeah, and it's funny because a lot of those companies that would send you those notices and would want you to pay like $80 or $100 or whatever for those movies.
Mm-hmm.
That was illegal to do actually. Those
Oh, no shit.
it came out a few years ago through I think like some website that like the companies when you would get those from like Spectrum or Comcast or whoever, that when you got that link to pay for the movies you supposedly downloaded, that was highly illegal for them to do, and the money that they
Mm.
took went into their pocket and not like Hollywood's pockets or whatever. So
Well, yeah. Yeah, because that was who was being pirated was Hollywood. They
yeah,
didn't get their money. Yeah.
yeah, and it's so fucking hilarious how they complain about that stuff. It's like, oh, we're not. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, piracy's gone up now because of once again the price of the VOD stuff has gone up.
Yeah.
People are starting to get smart again, and they don't want to pay for it, so they'll download like all their kids shows or whatever, or all the shows they want to
Mm-hmm.
watch onto like a hard drive and just plug it in and just watch it that way.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, people will find a workaround for everything, man. And if you don't, I mean, and it's funny because all these companies thought streaming was the future, and like it is,
Mm-hmm.
but you know it's costing them too much because the licensing for a lot of the movies that they have is like it's only for so long for so many
Yep.
platforms and stuff. I mean, look
Mm-hmm.
at it's insane, the licensing. For instance, Netflix spends about $20 billion a year on content,
Oh, that's
and they're always in a
crazy.
deficit. Like they're always like yeah, they're borrowing against themselves. It's crazy.
Well, Netflix just lost a huge lawsuit. They got to pay like $42 million to SAG, the
Yep.
writers
Yep. Yeah.
union
The
or
screen.
whatever.
Yeah. The
Ooh.
Screenwriters Guild or whatever. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what was happening is that actually that's been a long time war with SAG. They've had
Mm,
a lot of the VOD places have, because what's happening is that they're not paying their writers nothing.
they're mm,
Yeah, and like what'll happen is like, especially it happened really bad during the pandemic because some of the movies had to go to VOD and couldn't go to the theaters, and then
mhm.
there wasn't a renegotiating of the contract for
That's
VOD for
bullshit.
the writers.
They just screwed themselves. They knew better, but they were going to keep doing it until they couldn't anymore. That's
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, and then what happens is then like they go on strike, and then like they don't write, and you don't get anything done, and You end up losing
Mhm.
money anyways. May as well just pony up and say, yeah, we'll pay you more because
Yeah.
you're a $1 billion company. You can afford it.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, same
damn.
thing. So yeah, because like, yeah, like even with Amazon or Disney, like they have unlimited money. They can afford to pay their writers properly, but
Yep.
they refuse to.
Makes no sense. No sense.
It's just corporate greed. That's all it is. It's terrible.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, like these $1 billion companies could pay the people a lot and make them very happy, but they just choose not to.
Mm.
They want to keep it all at the top or something. I don't know.
Keep it to
Well,
themselves.
yeah,
I guess they just want to keep paying for those lawsuits.
yeah. Netflix is always in hot water for something, man.
Yeah, they are actually. They're big enough now. I should have bought it when their shares was like under 40 a dollar or 40 a share. I remember
Yeah,
that too. I saw it and I'm like, man, I wish I had the money to snap some of those up because that's going to go back up. And sure as fuck it did.
yeah. I
Mm,
think it's like at 200 or 300 now.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when the same thing happened with Facebook. Like Facebook was going to go public, and there were tons of articles saying, "Oh, don't buy their stock. Here's what you can do with the $20." Besides that, I'm
Yep.
just like, you're a fucking moron.
Mm-hmm.
You should have bought a couple and kept it, and then sold.
Yep. Yep. Bitcoin, before Bitcoin blew
Jesus
up, me and
Christ.
another guy I worked with was talking about it. And he's like, I almost bought some. And I said, me too. And, but I like to play it conservative. And so we never did. And that shit blew up right
Yeah,
after that. I'm like, God damn it. I always miss out. I think it and I'm like, oh, that'd be a good thing to buy. And then I don't buy it. And then I miss out. So.
you should get an account on Robinhood and just have it as your play account. So if anything ever comes up and goes public, you just put like 20 or like $40 in and leave it.
Actually, I gave, my younger son my Robin account. He used it for a few years until he turned 18, and now he has his own account, but, yeah, he's been playing the stock market for years.
That's good.
Yeah, he's actually really good at it.
That's awesome, man.
Um,
That's really good.
yeah. Yeah, he did like oh my god, this is funny. He did like a search on one company, uh their stocks had fallen. He's like, "Yeah, this guy has a sexual battery charge against him, so they're going to bring in a new like CFO, but their product is good and blah blah blah. So I'm going to invest in it while it's low because of the pending lawsuit about this one guy because once they do such and such with this product, it's going to go back up and it did." I'm like, Jesus Christ, son. Lawsuits and sexual battery. What the
God.
fuck?
Hey man, if you can make some money off of it, do it. Jeez. Oh my God.
He's like, the
There's
product is still good.
God, well,
Oh,
he
okay.
probably knows, but there's a website where you can look up all these senators and government people who buy stocks, and like they'll like
Ooh, yeah.
you'll see a ton of them buy a stock and then a ton of them sell the stock like the next day.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
yes.
it's just a ticker of like all of them all at once of just like buying and then selling,
Yep,
constantly.
yep. Or they had a meeting and suddenly we don't want this stock no more. Suddenly they
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what'll happen because
Fucking shady
they're
fuckers.
well, they're the inside traders. They know
Yep.
what's going to happen before anybody else. So if they make moves, you better follow, kind of thing. So
And yet Martha Stewart had to serve time over what, $5,000?
something like that,
What
man.
the
It was
fuck?
something like
It
that. It
was
wasn't. Yeah,
so pathetically low.
yeah.
I'm like, and that bitch served her time and she made shit with commissary condiments. She came out even better than she went in, man.
Yeah.
I love her.
One
Fucking
thing,
Martha Stewart.
one thing I love is that like when she came out and like her and Snoop Dogg did a show, there was a meme that said one of these people went to jail and one didn't, and I was just like, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh God. She is so funny. Yeah, she's like, all right, I'll serve my time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
was
like
so
yeah,
stupid.
oh yeah, yeah. And hers was super reduced. I think it was like I think she got 5 years in prison, but she only served 2 because she was like a model prisoner or something, and then she got house arrest for the last 3 or something. I forget how it went down.
Yeah, she served very, very little time, but she did. She would like she said the food in the kitchen was terrible, so she would like get things from the commissary and she would whip up like food using all commissary items. Yeah. I'm like, damn,
That's a cookbook she needs to make. How to survive in jail in style.
that would be funny. She would probably make money. Yep.
God.
Commissary kitchen.
There you go. Commissary kitchen. That's what we need. It's like we need her to do like a YouTube series or something
Oh
of
god.
just like those recipes. People would fucking love it, man.
Yeah, because
They
like
would
you
love that
can
shit.
take the flavor packet from this and you can mix it with this and yeah, yeah, she'd like make all kinds of shit. I was like, "Oh, damn, Martha." Oh shit.
Oh man, it's weird to think about that, but that's where we are now. Where, but at least like the government's trades, the ones who do it, they're all public, so you can
Mhm.
see. And like
Yeah.
the website, that I think the website is called Unusual Whales or something.
Oh.
Theirs is in real time, so whenever they make a trade, like it happens in real time.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Oh, I should
it's
watch it.
crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's nuts, but that's how it is.
Well, on the note of that money making tip, I will pull that up. Um, anything else you want to talk about tonight?
um what is it? We hit on, I think, oh, is it you texted me about the Starship Monday, I think.
Oh, yeah, that shit blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah, he texted me that morning. I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh shit. But no, Scott Manley, the guy I told you to look out for, he has a video that came out a couple days ago about it. It's like 20 minutes just like about that whole thing.
Oh,
Goes
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, goes into excruciating detail about it, but I love that guy. Um but apparently the plan was like, apparently it did better than it was supposed to do or something, because like that the plan was like,
So they knew that was gonna happen.
yeah, I think they knew. But even then, like
Wow.
you could see some of the rockets, like, or the engines fail, and I guess enough of them failed to where like it couldn't reach like its velocity anymore, and it just kind of like
Mm,
yeah. But
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that that was so, because we had just talked about it, and then when it was like, "Well, it blew up."
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was, yeah,
But I
because it was
get
weird. Because I watched that whole it from it launching to like crashing, and you saw the entire like facility like stand up and clap, and I was like, this is weird. But I
why are they
guess,
clapping?
yeah, it's like,
Okay.
why are they clapping? But I guess, and then like you hear the guy talking in the background. I was like, okay, this test, apparently this test gives them a lot more information than they expected, and they're gonna do better next time. Just like, okay, that's good to
But it
know.
seems like such a waste of money. I mean, I know Elon Musk is made of money, but it just seems like such a waste of money.
I
Oh
mean, it
god.
probably is. I mean, and even then, like when he was doing his first experiments with the Falcon 9, it was the same thing, man. He would crash one all the time, and like once
Mm.
again, he wanted it to where it would like autonomously go, leave space, come back down onto a moving barge in the ocean,
Oh
and
god.
everyone, once again, everyone thought he was nuts, and he did it.
He is nuts.
So like it's one of those things where like this blew up and like they got a lot of information. I'm happy. So like it's and apparently he's also a big part of the plan to get NASA back to the moon. Like that's a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently by the middle of 2030, we're supposed to have like a full on colony up there, like buildings and structures and the whole nine.
I don't know if we need that, but I mean,
Yeah.
hmm.
Well, the whole idea is to then get a ship and fuel ready for Mars. That's the idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and by that time the International Space Station will be probably crash into the ocean, and there'll be a new one that'll be put up. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because we don't, really give a shit about our ocean anymore. So yeah, let's crash it in the ocean.
I mean, there was one recently. I think there was like a 20-year-old satellite that like crashed over like Russia or like the Middle East or something recently, or that was going to enter the atmosphere in that area, and there was a very small chance that like some debris would hit the ground. But
God, that
yeah,
sucks.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's what people don't think about. All that shit that we're putting up into space, if it comes down, it doesn't all burn up.
yeah, and it's funny because they're trying to figure out a way or some system to start pulling things like obsolete items and things that are just turned
Well,
off and like all that stuff and like try to burn it up in the atmosphere or something.
which would make sense because again, if it's an old satellite or some space junk up there, do we really want it just circling, the earth and making it hard when they send new rockets up and shit like that? You got that crap in the way. So I
Yeah,
get it. I get it. I get it. Clean up space, clean up the ocean. I get it.
yeah, yeah. Trying to do something. Yeah, it's what it is. Especially, well, it's also hard because like it seems like there are like I don't know 20 launches a day now as opposed to what there used to be like one every like 6
Mhm.
months.
Yep.
And yeah, there's like every country's launching like multiple rockets into fucking space all the time for all kinds of shit. So it's hard to it's hard to clean it up when you're putting more shit up there like all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh well.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll figure it out, maybe we won't. Who knows?
Well, we probably won't figure it out in our lifetime. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that's just going to keep getting worse. I have a
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah, it's at some point they're just gonna have to put astronauts in space for years at a time and just start kicking things off into the atmosphere.
Mm.
That's what's gonna have to be. Just like them like strapping rockets to stuff and just like pressing the button, it just shoots in the atmosphere and burns up. That's all it's gonna have to happen. Or they could send it all onto the moon and have it hit the moon at velocity and just crash into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows?
Mm. Yeah, I don't know what they'll do with some of it.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I mean, God knows enough.
Well,
There's enough.
somebody,
Yeah, there's no spy satellites and shit up there. Who knows?
I was going to say, yeah, somebody needs to figure it out. It won't be me because, that stuff's way above me, but hopefully somebody will.
Yeah, probably one of Musk's kids or whatever will figure out that problem.
Yeah, no shit, that little blonde. That's the one that's going to figure it all out. That youngest baby. He's always taking him to work. You see him like do interviews and shit or at work and that kid's there. I'm like, okay.
If
That
oh
kid's gonna
god,
soak all that shit up.
he's gonna be the one who's really like who's like the last youngest kid, always getting shit on, always getting hand me downs, and it's just kind of like he has to prove himself to his dad, so he just becomes his dad when he's older.
Yep, he's gonna be like the evil genius. Has his dad's brains and money and trying to prove himself. Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot his dad off to Mars and be like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna take over Earth."
Oh God. You watch, yeah.
It's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna be terrible.
He's that one with that name that nobody will be able to pronounce ever.
Yeah, that's how he's gonna be an evil genius when you have a name like that nobody can fucking pronounce.
I could never find a keychain.
That's why that's why he did it. That's why he's gonna take over the fucking world. He couldn't find a kitchen with his name on it at Disneyland. That's why. Just couldn't do it.
I remember kids getting so damn mad because there was not shit with their names on it because their parents spelled their name different
Oh
than
God.
they thought it should be spelled. Oh, that was so funny. But that's sad if you think about it. I wonder what they call that poor kid. Oh God, X.
I don't know what
Mm.
they call him, but it's like, yeah, that kid, yeah, he's gonna be an evil genius.
He is. If anybody's going to be an evil genius, it
Oh,
is going to be
oh my
him.
God, yeah, it's gonna be him. He'll be like, Dad, you take Mars, I'll take Earth. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, especially, oh my God. if he's as intelligent as his father is, yeah, he's gonna soak all that shit up, going to all those meetings and shit, being
Yeah,
at
he's gonna.
work.
Yeah, he's gonna be like what is it, Tony Stark and shit. That's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
you watch.
Oh God.
His mom is weird as hell, but
Yeah,
she's
his yeah. Well, I mean, that whole family is. I think they got rich from emerald mines in South Africa or something. Like it's crazy. I know his brother is into what the hell is it? Vertical farming, like
oh.
hydroponic farming, things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I've heard of that.
yeah. He's into that, and he's trying to make that sustainable. He's trying to use
That
like what is it? He's trying to use like cargo containers to do it, so that they can reuse them instead of them just being thrown away. So
that's actually quite compassionate and,
yeah,
trying to help. Doesn't he have a sister too?
yeah. I forget what the sister does. I think she's also into like something very like high tech as well. But it's never.
Hmm.
I don't know enough about her to to say anything. I haven't heard
Hmm.
anything that she's done, but I'm sure she's up there. So
Okay.
the whole family seems to just be like geniuses or just you know crazy people or whatever you want to call them. So
Well, their old stepsister, which they're no longer married, that is who their father has had a kid or two with. Like Elon Musk's father had a child, I think actually two children now, with his former stepdaughter. Um, and
jeez.
she was like in her 20s and he was like old as fuck. Yeah,
That's
Elon
that's
Musk and
weird.
his dad don't talk very much anymore.
That's weird. Huh.
Yep.
That's
Elon Musk's dad and the stepdaughter.
odd.
He fathered two children with her, a son and a daughter. Yep. And
That's
she's
some
fucking,
God.
she's young.
That's some
Yeah.
Pornhub shit. That's some Pornhub shit is what that is.
That's some Woody Allen shit right there.
That
That's,
too. Oh God.
yeah, 76 years old, and the
God.
stepdaughter was 35. Actually, that's how old they are now, as
That's
of
still
last year.
that's still a
Yeah.
difference. That's one hell of a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, ugh, why would you do that with your stepdad? Mm,
She probably has a really big allowance. I don't know.
she might. She might. He does look kind of like a creeper. Errol Musk.
Errol.
He
Oh
looks like one
God.
of those. Errol. Like Errol Flynn, Errol
Yeah.
Musk.
Errol.
He's one of those guys that looks swarmy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. With a name like Errol Musk, you have to look swarmy. You can't look legit. You have to look swarmy if your name is Errol Musk.
I got money, I got power, I got this young, pretty woman. At 35, she's probably too old for him now, though.
God, he's been doing the Leonardo DiCaprio thing for decades now. So they turn 25, you got to push him out.
Oh, good God. Oh,
Uh,
shit. Yeah, I don't think Elon talks to his dad very much. I think I've seen interviews or whatever where they don't really talk.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's cordial with him, but I'm sure in private he's like, yeah, fuck you, I'm out.
Mm.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Yeah, this girl is young and pretty. What the fuck would she want that old man for? Because I've seen interviews with him. He ain't like, yeah, he has money, but I mean, I wouldn't say I'd have a conversation with him. Maybe it's just me.
Probably just wanted the money, and that's all it was. Just wanted to be,
Yeah.
wanted to be taken care of or whatever. So
Oh God, this guy's sitting here with liver spots all over his fucking hand. Cover that shit up, man.
it
Pull
sounds
your
it
sleeve
sounds
down.
it sounds like he looks like Mr. Smithers. Like
Like
that's the
seriously.
image. That's the image I'm getting. Is like he looks like Mr. Smithers like the whole time.
Yeah, he's got fucking liver spots all over the hand, all over his one hand in this picture. He's smiling. Like, yeah, you fucking old fucker. Oh, this poor girl. She needs some counseling. Yeah, she was 4 years old when her mom and Errol Musk were married. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, she's got some psychological problems because you're not raised by a man then suddenly want to fuck him like that.
Yeah, that's
That's
weird.
nasty.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's like I said, Woody Allen. That shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Marrying his 18-year-old adopted daughter.
Yeah,
Sick fuck.
there's some therapy that needs to be had there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, that went off on a tangent.
2 episodes now we've ended talking on him and all the stuff he's done.
I know, fucking Elon Musk. He's in everybody's
He's
thoughts now.
well, he's just interesting. That's how I look at him. Like, he's interesting. You know, like you said, like about his Twitter last time. It's like sometimes the jokes he says are fucking hilarious. Sometimes the things he posts are just like, why? Why did you
Yeah.
post
Yeah.
this?
Yep.
So,
Yep. Oh my God. And then the whole blue Twitter check mark thing now.
oh my
He's
God.
picking certain celebrities like Stephen King that swore up and down they would never pay for a blue check mark and they'll just leave. He's just giving it to them. And then they're like calling him out, like, I never paid for this. I don't want the blue check mark. And he's like, namaste. Because he knows it's causing more controversy and people are going to see that with blue check marks and be like, baby, I should get one too. But yeah, um, so that's like the big thing now because Stephen King definitely was like, I did not give my phone number. I didn't want this blue check mark. I'm not paying for the blue check mark. And namaste.
God
You're
damn.
welcome. You're welcome. Namaste.
Jesus. Oh Jesus.
He is such an instigator.
He is, and every now and again I do love it, especially the people who are his. Like, I love those people, especially the celebrities who are like, fuck him, and it's like, you drive a goddamn Tesla, calm down.
Yeah,
Like,
no shit. Yep.
that's like, even I think Stephen Colbert was like, against him or whatever, and it's like, he was talking about gas prices, like, yeah, keep raising gas prices. I have a Tesla. I'm like, good for you. I'm glad you can afford a Tesla. That's real nice. It's they're all hypocrites. They'll shun him when it's popular too, but they'll still drive his car. And it's like, if he wanted to, he could stop their car from his phone. I'm sure if he really wanted to, just to fuck with them.
No shit.
You know.
He probably has done it. I saw what you posted on Twitter. I'm gonna turn your car off.
Yeah.
You gotta buy a battery now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's done that shit where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with this person for a day. Let's see what happens.
You know he has. You
Oh
know
yeah.
he has.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, hell, if I had that kind of capability, I would very subtly fuck with them to where they would think, like, they're going crazy over a long period of time, and just, keep doing it until they're just like, I don't know what's going on anymore. This car used to work really well. It's like, oh well, quit posting bullshit on Twitter.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that's so funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's taking away all the blue check marks from the celebrities. He wants them to pay for it now, and I'm just like, sure, that's entirely fine. It's your platform now. You do what you want. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jeff pays for it for us for the World Class Bullshitters podcast. Like, when it came up and he was able to, he did it. So, like, we have a blue check mark on our account. Yeah, we pay for it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It affords a certain, like, luxuries. I've seen, like, what it can do and what you're able to do with it. So I mean, it's definitely, if you do a lot of posting, a lot of stuff on there, it's definitely worth it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man. But I mean, yeah, he's trying to build that platform into something, and it's going to be, it's still interesting to see what he's doing, even though every now and again he fucks up, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but you know what? Right now he still has so much money. He just doesn't care.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever. And then he's friends with like the Saudi Arabians and shit that have even more. So he's like, whatever. It's all good.
Oh man.
And the more that there's controversy about Twitter, the more people talk about it and the more people that will the go to the Twitter feed.
Yeah.
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 I mean, he's smart. He ain't
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, and that and like all these billionaires have slowly come up, like Gates and Bezos and him have all bought media or some sort of media outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Like Microsoft's got NBC, that's why it's MSNBC.
Mm-hmm.
Bezos got, I think, the Washington Post.
Yep. Yep.
So, and then Elon's like, well, I'm not going to go for a newspaper or like, or CNN. I'm just going to go for the social media company. And he's like, well, fuck it, I'll go with Twitter.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it was just the best option at the time. So,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I think that's enough Elon Musk talk for this time.
Yeah, no shit. I'll be dreaming about Elon Musk tonight. Now tonight we can both dream about him. You'll dream about rockets and I'll dream about rockets. Oh God.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'll have Elon's baby. Fuck that. You can call it what you want.
There you go. There you go.
I'll be
Oh
one of
man.
his harem. Oh God. All right. Well, on that note, we will go ahead and we will say goodbye. But I am disappointed that nobody wrote in to tell us any of their small town stories. I was hoping for some Peyton Place. I was hoping for some gossip. We got nothing. Nothing.
I'll try to pick from that episode some more and put some more reels out about it. So we'll see what happens.
All right. So if anybody wants to reach out, ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com.